Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to our pitch event today. As we go live any Tuesday, 5 p.m. UK time. But I have a very good news for you to all the founders, investors watching our pitch event. As we have a long waiting list of founders coming to pitch, even I'm very happy because when we started, it was an absolutely guess. But now we have very funders, so many funders committed to come to peace. So we decided not only go live on Tuesday, but as we want to please everyone, we go live also on Thursday, 5 p.m. UK time. We being five founders starting from next week at 5 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursday, UK time, GMT. But also we are launching the 4th of April, our edition for Singapore time, which means for all Asia. So as you say, we are growing extremely well. I'm very happy. So we are very committed to our founders and we try to give the voice to the founders as much as we can and support. So today, as you know, we are also inviting one investor per time as our investor's guest. I really want to say hello to Tassi Frias, who decided and pleased us to come and spending some time today with our founders, talking to them, helping them also to better understand what venture capital is and also to please all our audience. Tasif, thank you so much for coming. If you want to give an introduction to yourself, you're best positioned to do so.
Okay, well, thanks, Max. I'll keep it short. So my name is Tausif Riaz, and I have been a venture builder and a corporate venture capitalist for the past 25 years. I've lived and worked in around 30 countries in Africa and Asia, in North and South America, mostly building and investing in technology companies, setting up incubators and corporate venture capitalist funds. I'm based in Canada right now. I've also worked for the government here for one of the Canadian government's accelerators. And currently, I am an entrepreneur now. So I'm building my own ventures in addition to working as a angel investor through a platform which is called Mashcraft. Thanks,
Thank you
Max.
so much. Tasif.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. As I said, today we have four founders. Starting from this week, we bring five. Now, I really want to introduce our first founder, Kanir Uluem. I hope it's very complicated for me to pronounce all names because all you guys are coming from all over the world, which is I'm very happy. I'm very sorry if I'm going to destroy your name and surname all the time. Co-founder of Mia Avatar, Eindhoven, Netherlands. SocialFi, crypto, social media, digital pre-seed, around and seeking 700K. How's it going?
Yeah, hi everyone. I would like to start the presentation if I may.
Of course, go. But before, give a very short introduction with your words, who you are.
Yeah, let's go through that. Hi everyone, I'm General Lua, the CEO and co-founder of MyX. It's called My Avatar X. I'm a serial entrepreneur and have over 20 years of experience in the technology and last 8 years in B2 Tech and AI. So this is MyX I would like to share with you. So everyone can see my screen? Okay, let's go. Let me start with the landscape, guys. So introducing the landscape of creators economy, which has some problems for influencers. Is most is the create engaging content daily. It's a hard thing to do, and they are not getting paid fairly by social networks actually. And we have a solution for that, introducing Mayax, the ultimate platform for content creators and designers to look and enter the exciting Web3. With over 300 million potential users in the creators economy, we are helping bridge the gap between Web2 and Web3 by providing an easy entry point for content creators with a non-custodial wallet. And we are allowing our users create their avatars, dress up them with their fashion NFTs, and create engaging content for social media, all while earning MyX tokens, what we call create to earn mechanism. And we also simplified the process of creating fashion NFTs from designers' artworks through our MyX platform. So let me go over The next slide and talk about the potential market. As you can see, our solution addresses over 300 million creators. These are people who are responsible of 1/4 what you see online. And let's look at the basic numbers. With our value proposition, we offer our users create engaging content in 4 easy steps. First step is create your avatar from your, let's say, from your selfie. Then you can dress up your avatar with fashion NFTs. It's with create AI and AR VR tools. You can create super engaging content and share this content on popular social networks such as YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or Red Little Book, and you get paid by my access. So let's go about the innovation needed here, because the Web3 onboarding is high friction for users. And keep in mind, our user base consists of people they never had a crypto wallet before, or they never traded NFTs before. So we have to provide an innovation here. And second innovation is for designers. We simplified the process of transforming 3D assets into variable 3D assets for avatars by minting, and also we can distribute it on our MyX platform, which we called MyX Fashion NFT Marketplace. So let me go. It's interesting, by the way. The acceptance of fashion NFT is different than the traditional NFT market. It's not affected by the perceived level of investment, such as traditional NFT market. There are 3 key issues. One of them is age. The younger the users get, they are more likely to buy it. Second one is trust. Is trust among the designer or the brand who minted the NFT. The third one is we call it the status benefits, but it's more like showing off. If you own an fashion NFT, it means that you would like to have a kind of such a benefit on that, meaning that you would like to share it to the world via social networks or otherwise. So let me go to our coin utility. Hence, MyX token is our native token. It's you can use it on our platform for minting NFTs, buying and renting NFTs, and also you can get MyX token by create to earn mechanism that we created. And the third way is to get MyX coin is staking. Hence, we got our own non-custodial wallet. We got great control on how we can, distribute our revenue streams, let me say. And let me show you the tokenomics and point out the most tokens we allocated to the ecosystem, which we used by create earn mechanism. And our private sale is right now on our private sale just 5%. We don't want to create, big players for MyX. So this is the inflation table for the upcoming 40 months, and MyX token is a limited supply, limited to 3 billion, and will be distributed in 40 months to the public. And when we look at our roadmap, we are on phase 3, which meaning that we are still acquiring seed and private investor and strategic partners. And let me go the team and the partners. We have a great team. We are working together since 8 years in beta tech and AI together. And we got great backers such as Polygon and CLS Global. Polygon is not just a backer, they're also our investor in a sense. And we got a good board of advisors from various backgrounds. Volkan is the CEO and the founder of Gamester, it's a respectable game development company. Professor Emir Ottoğlu is the acting dean right now in finance, Istanbul University. Shan has great connections in exchanges and Web3 ecosystem. And this is our offer to private round. We offer a 50% discount, which we from or price, which will be publicized in 4 months in exchanges. And we got already 50K from various investors, and we got a strategic investor, as I mentioned, Polygon Technologies. They soft committed up to $250,000. And this is pretty much it. If you have any questions, please shoot me.
Thank you very much, Kanem. I will leave to Tausif make a couple of questions. Tausif, please.
Yeah,
Hi,
thanks.
Tausif.
Yeah, hi, Kenneth. How are you?
Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's an interesting concept. I was just curious. So, how do you expect the influencers on your platform to make money? Would that be from selling NFTs or from sponsorships or just
Yeah,
attracting advertising? Yeah, it wasn't clear to me.
definitely. You
Yeah,
are right.
yeah,
We have to look closer to our business plan, but in terms of getting users to our platform is incentivizing by creating engagement content for Web2 platforms, like creating a VR video with their virtual influencers avatars and share it on TikTok. In this way, we can uh, find out how they can add value to the ecosystem via reach and interactions through the content they created for from Mayax. And this is one of the second way you can create 3D assets can be worn by avatars and mint it and sell it through our platform, which is a great opportunity for fashion industry, also for designers. We already made couple of good introduction to the fashion industry, and they are eager to create a lot of NFTs for us right now. There is no solution for ready to wear, and there is no platform who can create a 3D transfer 3D asset into ready to wear NFT actually.
okay, okay. And what would your competition be like right now? How do
Yeah,
you? Yeah,
yeah, we compete with let's say with Canva, with a lot of AI tools because these tools are helping influencers right now to create great content.
yeah,
But the problem with these tools are they are too complicated to learn and time consuming. And what we offer them a platform that you can create your virtual influencer and content easily. And we also incentivize you. And plus, we make, interviews with ad people who gives ads to the platforms and with the reach of our influencers, let me say, they are willing to pay the influencers themselves fairly. And this is the way, with the Web3 way, to become fair for the content creators, actually.
yeah, yeah. And how would you attract influencers to your platform?
Oh,
Yeah.
we created a character called Maya, a virtual
Mhm,
influencer first,
mhm,
and we created a YouTube channel for her. She became hype, and a couple of beauty companies became our sponsors, and we make live interviews with influencers, and everyone wants an avatar for herself,
mhm,
create a virtual influencer for herself, and this is actually a test for us. Are we going to pay for a virtual influencer? Second, are other influencer would like to have a virtual influencer for themselves? We passed two tests. We are lucky, and we have to still create 12 videos for our sponsors.
yeah. Mm, okay. Okay. And then just one last question. It wasn't clear to me what the money would be used for. So the funding you're raising, what are you going to? What's the
Yeah,
plan? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
We have to look, at our timetable. However, I can tell you that most of the assets will be used in marketing and development of the Max platform, mobile app, and the website. And there are three different audiences. When we are talking about Max project, one of them is token holders, which are not content creators actually. And the most logical way to market Max token for them is listings are important to us. Maybe heard that we got a couple of backers for exchanges. We are going to list our token back to back in 6 months before we launch the product. And after the launch of product, we are expecting to have 5,000 daily video creation, meaning 5,000 daily active wallets.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think that's all from my side right now. I think that my only feedback is, and I'll give some feedback. That doesn't mean I'm an evil person. In fact, I'm in your shoes also. So one day I have companies present to me, other day I present to venture capitalist, right? So I would just say I think it needs a little bit more refining. I think you're still in kind of pre-seed mode, it sounds like. And a
Yeah.
couple of things are not kind of clear. One of them is like, is there a real problem out there? Is this just like an opportunity you guys want to exploit? Or have you done a lot of kind of research and identified
Yeah.
there's a real need for it, right? And it also looks like you'll be using your own MyX currency as a
Yeah.
form of transaction and payment. So I think that's usually a concern. How will you keep its kind of value stable? So that's
Yeah. Yeah.
another thing you want to, like, if I'm an influencer and I have $10,000 today worth of credit and tomorrow it goes down to $500, how do I protect that, right? And how easy I can convert it to kind of real world
Definitely,
dollars. So
definitely.
those, yeah,
These frictions are
yeah,
important. We do a
yeah,
lot of research with
yeah,
influencers.
yeah,
We got two universities. We are working with. We got
yeah,
lots of youngsters.
yeah,
So we see there's lots of friction on Web3 and lots of friction when they want to get out.
yeah,
So
yeah,
MyX will offer them an easy way to, sell their assets with still as the maker of our company, the partner, helps us through the process by
yeah,
they buy the tokens and sell it on exchanges and paying fast to the influencer what they earned from the creator earn mechanism. Actually, you're right about the friction and about
yeah,
the values, etc.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Karan,
Okay,
thank
good.
you. Tasif, thank you so much.
Thank you
Unfortunately,
so much.
you guys, yes, we need to move to the second one. But Kanye, please stay with us because we are back
Yeah.
soon altogether. Thank you. Thank you. I'm moving to our next founder, Paula Matic, CEO of Pautopia, Florida, US, pet animals technology mobile application, seeking 1.5 million in a USD in a pre-seed round. How's it going, Paula?
It's going very well. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. Please, before we go straight to the point, which means pitch your startup, give an introduction to yourself, and after, just go.
Okay, well, thank you for having me again. My name is Paula Matisse. I am the founder of Postopia. I originated from the yachting industry. In 2008, I decided to create something that was recession resistant as I had lost my job in the yachting industry and decided to get into the pet industry where I've been for the past 12 years as a groomer here in Fort Lauderdale. So that being said, this is Postopia, and welcome to the Petaverse, guys. So just so we can start off, $269 billion. That's what the global pet care market did in 2022. The US accounts for about 40% of that market, which is about $100 billion last year. Just so we also know, 90 million families in the United States own pets. That's a lot of pets. So what is Postopia? Postopia is the only comprehensive concierge site for the entire pet industry. We are a virtual utopia connecting consumers with convenient pet services and resources and social connections. We call this universe Postopia. We are launching a Paws app, which is a subscription-based, scalable, very easy to use must-have concierge mobile site, which is seamlessly connects every Paws parent to a cornucopia of indispensable services and on-the-go pet amenities in our petaverse. We are convenient, simple, and very accessible. So what really is the problem that we're solving? So pet care can be really overwhelming. It can be an expensive experience for a pet owner. Unfortunately, the pet industry lacks any type of a centralized, comprehensive, or well-organized solution to really access this massive industry. Postopia addresses this deficit by uniting all of these user-friendly interfaces so pet parents can easily navigate this universe of pet services and resources and events. How do we know it works? We modeled ourselves after the first concierge site, which is Expedia. Expedia took all of the resources for the concierge and travel and hospitality industry and put them under one roof. So we're not really doing anything new. We're just taking all of these wheels and putting them into one car. And they are very successful at it. We are very scalable. Our petaverse is going to include wearables, which are dog tags with GPS locators. We're going to include a dating app. We're going to get into the real estate market. We're going to be in e-commerce as well, insurance. We're going to be helping shelters, fashion, everything for pets is going to be under one roof. We are currently having a fundraising goal of $2 million. That is for digital development and a very, very, very aggressive marketing campaign. We expect to have about 2 million subscribers by 2026, which will net us about $14 million in revenue after all of our operating expenses. By the way, we should also note that this has been self-funded and we have absolutely no debt. 2 million really will cover the entire operation, even though we're asking between 1.5 and 2. After we start generating revenue, we're going to be self-sufficient after that. So we really don't expect to be fundraising after we initially get the seed capital. So the rest of my deck is full of wonderful, wonderful data and statistics that I would love to share with you. For example, you know, why the decline in the birth rates in the United States is increased the share of pet owners for the entire country. We do have a couple of competitors, although they're not really competitors, as there are services that already stand alone in their market, in their industry. And all we're doing is combining their services to us. Rover, by the way, is a $1.6 billion industry. They are IPO, and Bring Fido generates about $6 million a year. So these are some serious companies, guys. The pet industry is not to be overlooked, and it's so incredibly massive, and there's so few key players involved that other outside industries are also taking note. Smucker's Jelly has put out $700 million in cash to purchase some pet food companies, and Mars owns Purina. So there are some really, really big players in the industry. Outside of that, these are the funds that we're seeking. We are a subscription-based app. We have a freemium where everybody downloads the app for free. And then we have a micro subscription of $1.99 a month. I like the micro subscription because I want everybody of every income level to be able to afford this all around. Then we have a premium, which will come later on when our real estate and our dating app is developed. And we have a pro for all businesses that have real pets on premises at any moment. They will download Pro, and that's $30 a year. So our app at a glance, our MVP is going to be very basic, very simple. What we need to do is we need to not only address some of these issues, but we're looking to create an addiction. A lot of people didn't realize that they needed this because it wasn't in front of them. So we are giving everyone a very positive addiction with them and their pets. So this is our very, very aggressive team, by the way, you guys. I will note that my advisor, Prasanth Kale, has had a very, very successful exit to VTS in 2019, where he created and sold his Rise app for $100 million. Our expert marketing team and the rest of us are very, very heavy in concierge and hospitality. So we expect nothing short of success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you very much. Tausif, it's all about you now.
It's all about pets, I think.
All about you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for the presentation, Paula. I have a few friends who kind of ventured into the pet commerce space. It's a very tough market. It's a huge market. Looks like a no-brainer, but like it started with pets.com, and you've got all these companies, PetFlow and DoggieBot and PetCube and whatnot, who tried to tap into this market and couldn't. So I say kudos, like anybody who ventures into this space, like, you're brave, and, it's going to be an interesting ride. I think just like one basic question, it wasn't really clear to me what your value proposition is here. Are we talking about an e-commerce platform, a directory that lists pet services? It's like a search engine. It wasn't really clear to me because I saw a few words.
Sure.
There was like pet dating, then there was pet travel. I wasn't sure. Yeah.
What I gave you was the nutshell, but ultimately we are a resource app. So let's say if you need to find events or anything around you, if your doggy gets lost, all of these platforms already exist in other areas. We're just combining the platforms. So technically, to answer your question, we are resources, and we are also all of these other things. We're just putting everything under one app. But we offer a resource search engine. We offer events, locators, and other similar. Everything that is for the pet-friendly universe is going to be under one spot. So in the future, once after our MVP is launched, we are going to have a dating app, a real estate app, everything in conjunction with our pet universe. But for the moment, we are going to be mostly a resource app, a place where you come to find the resources for your pets, things that you would need on a daily basis. So That's
And how would it be different from just Google search engine? So what are the, I would say, like 2 or 3 things that you guys think you'll bring to the table that
well,
differentiates yourself from, like a search
well,
engine? Yeah.
sure. So as far as the search engine is concerned, search engines are available, as are different sites for you to be able to find these things. I've
Mhm.
had personal experiences where I have taken my dog to the dog beach, for example, on a Sunday afternoon, and I didn't have my vaccine record, so I couldn't take her.
Mhm.
So, and then I couldn't find a dog-friendly restaurant. I mean, technically speaking, the answers are there. It would just be really, really great if it was all available in one app, where if I was at the dog beach and was having a problem with my vaccines, I could pull it up. If I was trying to look for a restaurant, if I'm walking down the street with my friends that allowed pet-friendly animals or pet-friendly services, I would be able to find that instead of trying to find something on Yelp that's not accurate, trying to find something on Google. Google is beautiful. Google is incredible, but Google is going to direct you to another website that's going to take you to another platform that might ask you to download an app. It's just not comprehensive. It's not fast. I need fast. My friends are hungry. My dog wants to sit. So we want to try to get all of this information to people right away in one place. You need to find your pet. You need a restaurant. You want to go around the corner for a pups and pints or a mutts and martinis. Everything is under one roof. With Expedia, when they launched in 1996, people ask the same question. I go to the airport to buy my plane tickets. I can call the airline. I can do all of this. They didn't realize that they created an addiction for people, a place for them to look every single day to see what my airline tickets are going to cost. What is a hotel right now in this city if I need to find it? That's exactly what we're providing. We're providing a service that currently does not exist.
Okay. And in terms of a monetization, so I saw subscription. So is that how you plan on making money? Just charging people for using the app?
Yes, it's one of the avenues that we have. We do have a subscription-based model. I do like a micro subscription because I know I have a Netflix, I have an Apple, I have all of these subscriptions, and occasionally when I see the one that's $10, I'm like, oh my God, what am I paying $10 for? $1.99 for everyone to use the basic service is a very, very affordable number. Again, I want people to be able to look at their bank account and say $1.99. Oh, but I can take my dog to this and all of that, and I can do that. And that's a very easily attainable amount to generate from people. We do have another premium subscription, again, which is coming later on with a real estate app. What is this real estate app? A real estate app is a place where you can find homes and buildings and apartments that are very, very pet friendly. We do have a side mission of trying to save animals, because when people don't integrate their pets into their daily lives, they have a tendency to give them up. So we are trying to do a lot of things at the same time, but ultimately the revenue model is what's going to sustain. But we also expect to have some affiliate marketing as well. Currently, we have Chewy and Bark Labs, and Bark Labs does the doggy DNA. So if you want to find out why your pet's chewing your couch, you can find out that he's a Jack Russell that needs about 2 hours worth of exercise. So we do have affiliate marketing. We do have advertising. We plan on going to the big trade shows. There's 2 very, very big trade shows. One of them starts tomorrow in Orlando. It's Global Expo. So let's say I had an app ready to show people tomorrow. That's a show that generates about $2 billion in revenue, and about 500,000 people walk through that show. It would be very easy for me to be able to get 1,000 downloads a day out of that show, just from the traffic. So that's and that's just the show that starts tomorrow. We have Las Vegas. Las Vegas is very big. Las Vegas is in August. So the trade shows help with generating revenue. All of our events that we're planning. This is going to be a very, very aggressive marketing campaign. So.
Okay. And so is this a pre-seed round? So do you have an app or a platform or even a Lenovo service running right now? Or
no, we do not. The funds that we're going to be getting is for all of the app development. It's a pretty expensive venture, and I'm a dog groomer, so I need your help. But ultimately, it is for all of the app development and the marketing campaign, which is also very
yeah, I think that's basically the challenge. Like what brought a dozen or so companies down on their knees, and most of them are actually in USA, is the cost of acquisition is very high. Like getting a client onto a platform like this. Like, you're competing with you're competing with PetSmart, right? In many levels, right? So there are all these niche services that overlap with you. I would ask you to look at something in Canada that is very successful. It's called Home Stars. So I don't know if you heard their name. It's actually a female-founded, bootstrapped company. They didn't start with an app. They just started with the platform, and it's more for home repair. So they're doing exactly that. When they started, people asked, well, I can find a roof repair person or a plumber online. Why should I go with that? But if you use their platform, you'll see like they connect people with the service they need. It's a customer-driven model. So they ask companies to bid, and then they provide feedback to the companies. And it also creates price competition. Just discoverability is not important. Also, like Expedia actually brought the prices of tickets down. That was their main kind of contribution. So I would strongly encourage, because when you were talking about it, I thought, oh, it sounds like what you're saying is similar to Home Stars, but for pets, right? So
we have something similar here called
Yeah.
Angie's List.
Yeah,
So
Angie's List. Yeah.
technically would be
Yeah.
very considered an Angie's List.
Yeah.
I've been involved in this for the past 5 years. I've been
Yeah.
living and breathing this company.
Yeah.
Before I started to have my own issues with my own, trying to take my dog to places, and I started to come up with an idea for this company. I had gone to the pet shows 5 years ago, just before COVID, to do the research to ask, hey, if this is something that existed, would you use it? I have probably about 500 emails from people that are like, when does this launch? Do you have it now? So even people in the salon that I work with, again, I'm a pet groomer. I groom dogs for a living. Everybody would be very, very happy with something like this, because again, the later iterations are going to incorporate things that are very customer friendly, like how to book your appointments through this, how to find the facility's event calendar so you can come in for ice cream Fridays for your dog. You know what I mean? Things like that. The platform just doesn't exist. It is not a saturated market, which most people think it is, just because they see a lot of pets everywhere and they see a lot of pet stores and they see a lot of movement in the industry. The industry is not very saturated. There's a very big need for this. So
no, I think it's obviously definitely there's demand for it. Like our only advice we'll give you is, I think 2 million is a little bit a lot to ask for, and a good strategy
right
might
now.
Sorry?
We don't need all of it right now. Whatever you want to give us, we're very happy with.
And also I think you want to find a beachhead. Like you come from the grooming industry, so maybe just start with grooming, like a grooming finder service. And that's, once you have a proof of concept, then you'll see people open up their purse strings a little bit more easily, right? Because
I appreciate that, except those platforms already exist, and they have very, very high traction. Like I said, Fido is a company that helps you find hospitality.
The
same thing with Rover. Rover is $1.7 billion. Rover helps you find services and groomers and stuff like that. They just do that little piece. Fido does this. Rover does that. And again, if you go to Google to search for it, it's going to ask you to go to Rover. It's going to ask you to bring Fido.
Yeah, exactly.
You just want Google to say, download Postopia, where you can find all your answers.
Yeah. That's where your money will go, on the SEO side, I think, definitely.
Exactly.
Getting on top of the first page. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
I
you
had
so
to go.
Thanks, Paula.
We had to move forward. I'm very sorry to stop you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Staffy. And please stay. We are all back. Dan, how's it going? Dan Darlak, CEO, Groundbreaking Pictures, LCC, California. Entertainment, media, creative industries, seed around 5 million. How's it going, Dan?
It's going great. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Please give just an intro to yourself, and after we move to the pitch, and after Tausif, we go straight forward to you with some very good questions. Thank you.
Sounds good. So yeah, I know we're on a time crunch, so let's roll. So I'm Dan Darlak. I am an entrepreneur in the field of digital media, and I'm working with my business partner, Tati Vogt, on this venture. She's a producer and director. And this is Groundbreaking Pictures. We are a limited liability company, and we specialize in the field of feature films and television. We were based out of Los Angeles, California, and we're focused on capitalizing on a rapidly growing market domestically and internationally. Me and my business partner, we have done stuff before. We've done television feature work, but we feel now is the best time to get a company going because the industry, it's evolving towards independent content. It's cheaper now more than ever to make, and the demand is there from the consumers and from the distributors. So moving on, our general model that we operate on. So we operate on specializing in specific genres, primarily drama, comedy, and thriller. That's because they're low risk, high reward. They are 3 of the top 5 grossing genres. The other 2 are action and adventure. The issues with that is they're much more expensive to make. So we have done some drama, comedy, and thriller projects before. And what we've noticed in our financial plans for those and the comparable titles, once you, with these projects, reach a certain budget level, you start to lose money. So we put caps on our budgets, and how we allocate our funds are primarily towards upselling the production value and getting talent attached, because those are 2 of the biggest selling points to distributors. Let's move on here. Just so this is our team. I'm Dan. That's Tati. We have our previous work here. Driven to Dance was our first movie that came out on Netflix in 2018. Lies I Tell Myself has been sold to Mar Vista Entertainment and is being released this upcoming summer. And Man Imperfect is our most recent project that is being sold as well. And the most recent credit to our library coming in is my partner Tati has been attached to a $30 million movie and will be directing that. So as I mentioned, the industry is growing here. Every year we're seeing an increase in revenue here. And this is why. It's because, of course, of licensing to the streamers. This is what's really helping us out here. Television and feature film licensing to the streamers is what's really driving this. And we're looking at about 15% growth every year from the year prior. And so that hasn't shown any signs of slowing up yet. Now, as I mentioned, we have drama, comedy, and thriller as 3 of the top 5 grossing genres, which we decided are far more practical to produce than adventure and action, as they're a lot more high risk. And we're based out of the United States, which is currently still the biggest market for this. China, however, is the biggest international market. It is growing, and it is growing quickly. So we want to get our foot in the door there. And as we can see here, Generation Z entertainment are some of the leading hobbies of Generation Z in China. So that's going to continue to grow, is what is being indicated. So we want to cater to that market. And then, so this is an example of budgets that I mentioned. So these are 2 projects we're currently working on now and already have a lot of steam going. But above the line talent casts are what we primarily will allocate our funds towards. And we're looking at about $750,000 to $1.2 million per project. Because once you start, we've noticed with these types of projects, once you start to exceed about 2 million, that's when you really kind of start to get into some dangerous waters. But we're giving ourselves enough of a cushion to be able to make sure we can afford the talent and upsell the production value. So we operate in our pipeline. We have slates that we have in our pipeline, and our slates are essentially what the studios do, but on a much smaller scale. We package projects together with an A movie, the A movie being a more expensive movie to maximize profit and reward, whereas the B movies serve as safety nets for the A movie. If it doesn't hit, as long as one, if not both of the B movies do hit, we should be able to recoup any funds lost. So drama is the most popular in the United States and Canada in terms of being released. And we also specialize in thrillers. And as you can see, we have just some general ideas that we're going with. Thrillers, we're also operating A movie, B movie. 750,000 to $1 million is roughly going to be what the A movie range is going to be. Much lower budget for the B movies. And then what we love about thriller and why we don't think thriller is going away anytime soon is because of the age target demographic. Thriller is the most consistently represented, as over 80% of age demographics find it to be a favorable genre. Comedies are probably never going away anytime soon. They're always going to be one of the most popular, profitable options. So we think it's very important to capitalize on that. And as you can see, it is the most popular genre among adults in the United States. And speaking of going to video on demand, not only are these genres high grossing at the box office, straight to direct video streamers, this is what they're licensing. Comedy is number one, and then we see drama and thriller right there at 3 and 4. And so we also want television is booming right now. It's booming more than it has ever since the 50s. So it's very important to capitalize on that. And we just operate with the same concept. A series can be shot for $750,000 to $1 million. Our last series I mentioned, Man Imperfect, was only shot on a budget of $300,000 and is being licensed to distributors as we speak. And again, the same genres are represented pretty well in television. That's what the streamers are licensing. Content preference, we're seeing it's very, very consistent across the board, whether it's in the realm of television, feature films, what's being licensed, what's making money, what is preferred by consumers. It is these 3 genres primarily, aside from action adventure. But as I mentioned, those are a bit too risky right now. That just kind of goes over everything. And for those not familiar, a question we always get is how are the profits, how do they waterfall? How they always waterfall is there's the worldwide net profit. Distributor will always take a cut of that. After that, preferred return goes right back to the investors, so they can just have sort of that, sense of being protected. And then of the project net, half of that is then given to the investors, half of that is given to the producers. We think it's really, really important to cater to the investors. So if they ever want to work on a project by project basis, or if they are interested in one of the slates, but not all, we always think that is very, very important to cater to them. And of all the conversations we've had for the past year about this, that's the one thing, is everyone always has their one little twist or caveat they want. And I think it's just very, very important to cater to that. That's all. Thank you, Max.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. Toshi, please go.
Yeah. Thanks, Dan. I think it's an interesting presentation, but I'll be honest up front, like I have no kind of experience or exposure to what you're kind of pitching. I know there are VCs who do invest in movies, but I think, and just to clarify, you guys are not building a platform or a venture that you're asking for investment in. You're asking for investment into a pipeline of movies. Is that
that's an accurate way of saying it, if you want to word it that way?
Yeah. So it's not. And do you have? I think one thing that any VC, even if they're investing in a pipeline of movies, I think one thing that wasn't really clear to me is what you guys are bringing to the table uniquely, right? In terms of, Asylum, for example, they had this thing going on where instead of using studios, they'll say we'll just use houses, right? Like rent houses. They do a lot actually in Brampton. Like, half the horror movies you see on Netflix are probably filmed here in Canada, in Brampton. But I was just kind of curious, like, is there something unique that you guys bring to the table? Whether it comes to movie selection or production, cost, marketing, those things weren't really clear to me, like what your unique selling proposition is here.
I think it's the timing more than anything. So the independent content boom, and I can have a whole conversation if anyone wanted to carve out time. It's coming, but it hasn't happened yet, but it is definitely boiling up. So we want to get our foot in the door there. The reason that is because with all the studios now having their own streaming platforms, they're becoming a lot more exclusive with what they're licensing and what they're not licensing. So they're really taking all of their titles back from the third-party distributors like Apple, Amazon, Netflix. So Apple, Amazon, and Netflix, where do they have to look? They have independent content because they don't have the benefit of being around for decades and having a library that they can work off of. So they're looking towards independent creators, and that's one of the big reasons it's trending that way.
Yeah, yeah, but I think that's the only thing. So just like from an abstract perspective, like I said, I won't even pretend to understand this market. But I think if you're pitching to other people, and looks like if the timing is right and the market is big and it's an interesting area. I know in India, like again, US, I'm not very familiar with. They are actually big companies have set up funds to venture capitalists or banks even. Like ICICI Bank, they set up like a film fund to invest in independent movies. So they're doing that. But I think if you can highlight like what you and your partner, co-founder bring to the table, right? In terms of like, what's your unique angle, which differentiates yourself from other players like you? I'm assuming it is a competitive space, or do you think you're unique in this kind of?
Well, I think our business model is a lot more viable than most people's,
yeah.
because we have the benefit of experience and being around and seeing through all these different projects, the comparable titles. We have access to this database of how much they made, how they made it back, where they start to lose money.
Yeah.
So that's a big common denominator we've noticed.
Okay.
And another thing, this is an industry where experience matters because you have the prior connections from previous projects. So distributors, talent, which are two of the biggest driving forces of this industry.
Yeah.
We've worked with, and we're going to continue working with them.
Okay. Yeah, so I think my only feedback would be, Dan, like, I mean, looks, like I said, very interesting, but I think you guys probably are underselling yourselves in terms of what you can differentiate yourself on. So if you can highlight that, like, I'm sure some VCs will like to take a look at it. That's all I can say.
Okay,
Thanks.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you, Tassi. Stay with us, then. Don't go, please.
Okay.
I'm bringing the last, but absolutely not the least, Dave Barak, CEO, Pool Intel Israel Business Intelligence Self-Service Analytics. Seed round and seeking 2 million. Thank you so much, Dave, to be with us today. How's it going? Please unmute yourself. Let me ask to unmute. Are you with us now? Okay.
You want me to load my presentation, or?
Please, if you want to give a short introduction to yourself, and after go straight to the presentation. Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. 1 minute.
Take your time.
Hi, my name is Dave, and I'm the CEO and founder of Poll Intel and the inventor of Poll Technology and Business Intelligence Platform. I have over 40 years of experience in every aspect of the software industry. I was a CTO of software company department in big companies, CEO of software companies, and founder of 3 startups. My experience enabled me to think outside the box, bringing new ideas and innovation to the equation. This point of view has taught me that the big picture is in the small details. I'm excited to introduce you to Poll, the revolutionary business intelligence platform developed by an exceptional Israeli team. We are the only one that successfully cracked a bid by the United States Defense Advanced Research Project Agency called DARPA. This bid inspired us to create highly customizable, affordable, and innovative platform that offers visually stunning tailor-made application with high level of complexity and flexibility to meet the unique needs of businesses of all sizes. Today's market, having tailor-made application is crucial because every organization has its unique demands. The market trend is towards tailor-made application. Poll's development process is 50 to 150 times faster than the fastest business intelligence platform, making it a game changer of businesses looking to save time and money. Development flexibility sets Pol apart from other business intelligence platforms because it eliminates the limitation of predefined visual component, rigid development means, or programming language. Pulse has a breakthrough integration technology that doesn't require a central data source, data replication, or data warehouse. Pol integration is more secure, faster, and more efficient than the current integration technologies. We will call it integration without integration because that is what it is. By using Pol, business can avoid colossal mistakes and poor, incorrect, or corrupted data, which cause annual losses of $12.4 trillion worldwide and $3.1 trillion in the United States alone. Pol is a cloud application. Pol is a cloud platform itself, where its user can develop its own cloud application and deploy it as a pure data processing triggered by a scheduler or web applications that can be shared across the organization. Our business model consists of annually or monthly our business model consists of monthly or annual subscription per the number of applications the user saves in our cloud and the time he or she uses Pol. Pol users can choose any data source they want. The user can connect to it remotely or locally without any limitations. Pol utilizes the client infrastructure as is and doesn't change it. Pol multi-market is about multi-segmented market is about $742 billion. Pol's knowledge management application can be shared across the organization. All it needs is one-time username and password and loaded it by a web browser like Chrome. Our team has extensive experience and expertise, and we have demonstrated Pol's capabilities through hundreds of use cases. We are confident that our platform will revolutionize the business intelligence industry and become the leading solution for businesses worldwide. Thank you for considering Pol. We will be honored to show its capabilities and discuss how it can benefit your business. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you so much. Tasif, please.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation, Dave. Where are you guys in terms of your development? Do you have a prototype
We
or
are
a
in the
commercial?
stage of MVP. We invest ourselves about $150,000 to reach there.
Yeah.
Before that, we passed the POC and the prototype.
Yeah.
And before that, before this cloud platform, we developed the desktop platform. And then we come to a conclusion that the market needs cloud applications, that instead of installing the tool, you can simply go to the site and use it. Just as simple as that.
Well, do you have any enterprise users on it, even as a pilot, or still looking for that?
I didn't sell even a single subscription.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for the we need to make a lot of SEO to the product will be known and it can be sold.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is our limitation and for now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that the trick is to get your first one, right? Even if they're not paying for it, so at least you have a proof of concept. But you said you did a POC. Who was the POC done with?
What kind of POC?
I thought you mentioned you had a proof of concept done already.
Proof of concept done, yes.
Yeah.
We first, let me, the idea come from when I was roaming. I'm not just a manager, I also know everything I learn myself all the time the last technologies. So I'm also a technological person and also a manager. But I don't see it as a limitation, and that is why I was when I was roaming through the internet, I stumbled into a site of DARPA, which is the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency of the United States. And there I saw a bid, and the bid I saw that nobody to try to go to this bid, and it was very interesting, and I tried to solve it myself. And I do a lot of try and errors operation. And then finally I solve it, and I have a working minimal software. Pre-prototype, you call it. I saw that it was working. I know how to do it. I know how it works. And then, of course, the prototype, which I bring with me another, the co-founder called Leo. And we together finish the prototype. And after that, the MPV.
Okay. And what kind of enterprise platforms do you think you can integrate with? Like, I don't know, like Microsoft Dynamics and yeah.
POL is a acronym of Pointers Oriented Language.
Yeah.
As a technology, it is itself an enterprise tool, enterprise platform. And POL can its user is regular user.
Yeah.
Not like other tools like Power BI that use DAX programming to make a tailor-made application. The regular user can do it without single programming code, and he can do it visually, and he can do it as a level of flexibility and complexity as a programmer. So we can do almost anything that concerned with database application, BI application, without any help. So we save here the marginal cost of and the operational cost of a programmer. And Paul do it in and we have a use case to show it in 5 to 10 seconds. What takes Power BI with the DAX programming 5 to 15 minutes, depends on the qualification of the programmer.
Okay.
And the other tools, I'm talking about the ones that graded as number 1 by Gartner. Power BI was graded as it is a flagship of Microsoft.
Yeah.
But if we're talking of other business intelligence tools like Tableau, for example, use the proper programming language.
Yeah.
That's at least it is much more friendly and much more easy to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Tableau, it is a very known platform. They use a proper programming language of Java, C, Sharp, Python, and so on.
Yeah.
Others would use much more rigid things like forms or like templates, and they are very limited.
Yeah.
So
It's an interesting space. I think there are players like Domo, for example, who do no
sorry,
code also. There are players like Domo as an example,
like what?
DOMO, Domo, which do like what you're trying to do, which is like low code enterprise apps for business intelligence. But just one last question, Dave. What are you looking for? Like, how much funding? Maybe I missed that earlier.
I need $2 million. I want to do a CEO and marketing, SEO, sorry, and marketing in $50,000 a month. It sounds quite grandiose, but it will get us the sales that we want. And since it is sold by the internet and used by the internet, it is a very good way to do it. And about $750,000 for SEO. And after the first year, I think we start with the first version and start selling. And I think in the third year we will get even, break even.
Dave, Tassif, I need to stop you because we are very close to the end, and I need
Yeah,
to
no.
call all the other founders. Thank you so much, Dave. Stay there. Don't
Thanks,
move.
Dave.
Please stay there, both of you, because we are all back. But we are running pretty late today. So as we close, and we close always in one way, today we had Tassif, but what you can tell to Tassif, and I want to start with Dave now, to convince him and to convince all the investors watching us today to invest in your company. 30 seconds. Dave.
Sorry?
30 seconds. Yeah, just 30 seconds. What your
30 seconds to what? Sorry, I didn't hear you. I have a problem here. What?
to tell to Tassif why invest in yourself or to other investors? Why? 30 seconds. I have to
Why
convince you.
to invest in my company?
Yes, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay. First of all, we have a market of $742 billion. It is a very large market. And second of all, this product is so friendly that a regular user can learn it much easier even than Excel. So you have the proper measurement. And this product can be used in many areas. Basically, it is also a knowledge management product. So the application of the user application can be distribute across the organization without any problem. You don't need to do anything special to make it only to send the password, the user name to the fellow man in your organization, and that will conclude all the organization use of your application. You don't have to do anything special.
Thank you so much, Dave. We had to go. We need to fly.
Okay.
Kanye, 30 seconds. Why?
Is it my turn? Okay.
Yes.
At Max, we are building a new frontier for creativity in digital world. We empower content creators and designers to bring their ideas to life through virtual avatars and wearable fashion NFTs. We have a talented team, experienced team who has a track record of delivering exceptional products, who are also committed to driving mass adoption in Web3 space. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Kanye. Dan.
Yes, it's an opportunity to get into a trending, fresh, and exciting industry. And a lot of the investors we've had worked with before, we didn't just work with them, we had fun with them. Even the ones who it was their first experience in this industry, they found a new passion for it. And we realize at the end of the day, it's, even though we love telling these stories, it's not show art, it's show business. And our model has been effective for us so far. And the indicators are saying for at least the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to stay that way.
Thank you, Dan. Paula, please close.
Thank you. This is your opportunity to get in on the ground floor of building a legacy. You're not just investing in my company, but you're investing in my legacy. I have over 12 years of experience in the industry. And what I need is somebody that really understands the pet market and what $100 billion industry looks like. You're getting in on the ground floor, and this is your opportunity to not miss the bus. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paula, Tausif, Dave, Ganil, and Dan. And I hope
You have to warn me about this 30 seconds.
you crossed 30 seconds. You are the only one who crossed 30 seconds. Thank you very much to all of you. It's been an absolutely pleasure. And again,
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, everyone. It was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.